Oh, got a hop with it, Chris. Oh, I got a bad knee. I got
Go, B. Go, B.
I think that knee looks great. Look at Sybil in the show. We're just starting. It's Tighten Up Tuesday. I'm out in the middle of the country. B's getting fly in Philadelphia. Sybil Wilkes joining from parts unknown in Texas. It's going to be a great show tonight. Everybody let us know what happened in the comments. Be sure to share the stream. Let's get the numbers up for this week. And everybody, be on your best behavior tonight. We've got company. It's going to be a great show. Grace is holding it down at the studio in St. Louis. Hey, your knee looks great.
B-Hop. B-Hop.
Go ahead, B-Hop.
Oh, Chris.
That's the way to get your blood pumping.
You know, I normally break it down, Sybil, but I'm just coming back off of a week in Barbados. I just got home this morning.
You look sun-kissed.
Thank you. I do have a little glow. Oh, but I'm going to tell you how hard I was working down in Barbados, Chris. Sybil, for those of you who are tuning in and watching Tighten Up Tuesday, you know, the show where we flip your shit and make it fly. I was in Barbados with an event that I've been planning for 2 years, and I finally pulled together, and I was working so hard. My nails was looking like this the whole time I was down there.
Wow.
You see the working hand?
Wow.
With no nail polish. Everybody kept saying, girl, when you going to do your other hand? When you going to do your other hand? My toes are done. This hand, this is my signature. I don't never get a hand done. Even when I'm on stage, I'll be like, oh, damn, I forgot to do this hand. This is the working hand. So that lets you know I was down there. I brought this 2-year event together on like a budget. It was started out being almost like 100 people. Then it scaled down to 40. It was 2 years in the making. So I've been featuring it in terms of how you can do an event on a budget and really, we really frugally flipped some stuff because all the stuff they was trying to charge us the sandals, I was all like, no, ma'am, I can make that. No, ma'am, I can make that. I was like, girl, we're not buying that because I can make that. So
that's funny.
I'm definitely going to talk all about that. So I heard
Sybil,
my knee.
Sorry, B, what were you saying?
I hurt my knee being the photographer because, you know, my husband was the DJ. He did all the music. I was in the ground with the big camera taking all the shots. So I worked all the events. I was like,
you did everything. You're a one-woman
everything. Band. The one-woman band. I did everything. So I'm going to kind of show my frugal flip as the feature later in the show.
Awesome. I'm excited.
B, yes, I wanted to say hey to everybody. You all have a big show ahead. You're going to mostly see B and Sybil tonight. Sybil, before we jump in, I know all of the fans, the Picassos, as they're known, are familiar with your work. But just in case they're not, let's get your Instagram. Let's tell everybody right up top where they can find you, where you want them to check it out.
So you see there at Sybil Wilkes, that's my Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. We have a daily newsletter. It's called What You Need to Know. And it is absolutely free, the subscription. We just ask that you go to sybilwilkes.com, give us your name and your email address. You don't have to give us your age or whether you're a weed smoker or not. We just want you to be a part of this. And it makes for a great holiday gift, sybilwilkes.com, just like it says there with my Instagram. And also we do an evening streaming show on YouTube and Facebook Live. That's at 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. And we have a lot of the comedians that we had on the Tom Jordan Morning Show join us, as well as some young contributors from the newsletter talking about topics like today we're talking about the Georgia runoff. Unfortunately, we're there. And so we're, talk political, we talk health and mental health and wellness. We give you a little known Black history fact and all these other things in the newsletter. And then we bring it to the screen as well with our evening show. It's called It's Sybil. And why is it called It's Sybil? That was the name that was given to us by President Obama. So, guy gives you a title like that, you got to kind of have to go with it. So that's what we did. And that's where we are. And glad to be here with you guys.
And I think
I'm so pumped, Bees. You've got a big show.
I know, because see, I'm excited because I remember when Sybil had Sherri and I on her show.
That's
and
right.
I was like, oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. So it's so great for you to be back here and see what people don't know amongst you being the trusted source, in terms of all the news and all your dope fly years on Tom Joyner Morning Show, that you have a passion for photography.
I do.
Exactly. So that's why you're on this show, because we love to feature people other than just my Picassos and fans and everybody that watches the show. We do have celebrities and comedians and just people that come on in different personalities that do things in the realm of the creative, be it DIY, BIY. We call it BIY because I'm B-Flat and I put the B on it. But in terms of the creative flow that people bring to this show, I like to show that other side. It's like we're not just class clowns or just crazy comedians. We do things in the creative realm.
And and comedians are some of the smartest and most creative people you'll ever meet. Absolutely. I have great respect for what you all do.
I agree with you on that one. So I thank you. I thank you again for being on the show, and we're going to get to feature some of your great photos. And I do have a frugal framing option possibly for you, because it's something that I'm working on for myself. So I'll show that to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I look forward to that.
We're going to cut Chris out because we're going on the 2-screen and let it be ladies' night. Grace in the producer Grace in the background.
That's right. I'll be back. I'll be around and I'll be hanging out in the live chat too. You all have questions for B or Sybil. Let's get them going. Grace is holding it down back at Midcoast Studio in St. Louis. Before I pop off the screen for a bit, this is where it's at. Jamie, smart enough to comment. That's what woman's house was at. I am at a woman's house. Joni.
Yeah.
Your mama's house.
And Joni lived like 100 miles from St. Louis, and they probably got HughesNet internet out there that don't even work. That's why we can't even hear Chris. He going in and out on that HughesNet.
Oh man, here I'll show you after we see Sybil's photos. I want to tell you about this picture behind me when it's the right time. I'm going to jump off and let you two handle it. I'll still be here audio wise. You can leave my mic on, Grace, so I can keep them in line. But I'll jump off screen.
We know you'll be up on the roof holding the antenna. Chris going out there. He going out there and be up. They live.
That's right.
That's funny.
My parents are flying back from California visiting my brother, so I'm hoping that they make it here in time for the live stream. We'll see. That'll be what a greeting.
Right.
to come home from a week in California, wanting to relax, and somebody's live streaming in your kitchen. All right.
Joni gonna walk in with her flash rag. She walked in with her flash rag, Chris. You got to put her on screen. I'm gonna do my thing.
Okay.
That's right.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and, you know how I do it. I always like to start my show out with a recap and some shout outs. So first of all, I do have to thank everybody that joined last Tuesday when I taped the show. And Chris couldn't even play it off. I was doing Cash App dance and everything because Cash Apps came in like a week before over the weekend. And I was like, let me go and do the Cash App dance. So Chris was like, they're going to know it's tape B because I was like, get your energy up. We want to make it seem like it's live. So he was like, people in the comments were giving him grief last week because they're like, the show is taped. But look, at least we had a show.
That's
it's
right.
better than that memorial show Chris gave me when I missed and when I was in Martha's Vineyard. Chris did a whole recap. Everybody was calling me, talking about, B, did something happen to you? Are you dead? He's like, Chris showing the first episode, like when David Arnold passed away. Is everything all right? I said, Chris, don't ever do that again. You weren't even supposed to
you know what this. Sybil, you know the tradition in black stand-up comedy where the comic doesn't have a ton of material and they're a little nervous out of the gate, so they rag on the DJ for like 3 minutes and they're like, "How'd you play that song?" That's what's happening right here. So I'll let you all get to it.
Don't make Grace cut your mic, Chris. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not
I'll cut my own.
Chris
I'll cut my own.
No, Chris knows
all right. Let's make nice. Let's make nice.
It was so funny because we were doing it and it was seeming so live to me. I was rolling with the Cash App dance and everything. And speaking of which, I will not be doing no Cash App dance tonight. I'm just letting everybody know. I love you all. Oh,
but
my
B,
knee
that's
is
why
so
I'm here.
I'm sorry, but you caught me on a bad night only because I was taking pictures at the wedding and I went down on my knee and I didn't realize the sand was unlevel and I kind of bent over and I twisted it. And then I have scars on both knees from just jumping down in the sand. And this knee been clicking on the plane. Dennis was like, what is that noise? I'm like, my knee. And then it swelled up. I had ice on it. And I was like, I'm going to have to get it back. So I do apologize. I'm going to let it rest. I know when I come back from LA.
For sure.
Yeah, when I come back from LA by Sunday, I have to leave on Friday. I think I'll be ready.
You'll be ready for next week. Okay.
I'll be ready. That's why I was doing the little broke knee dance in the beginning. Because I normally do my scat cat dance, all of that good stuff. So here's the funny thing. Here's a running joke. I have this stray cat that lived between both porches, my neighbors. We're in a row house. So like 2 summers ago, that cat and the other cats, they peed all on my porch, rotted the wood out. I just don't like so anyway, I had to fix it. So now I'm on this thing to keep the cats off my porch. And it's like the nemesis. My husband and I mean, it's like a daily thing because we live between two people that love cats and they feed the stray cats. Okay. I had to show this. This is my shout out picture to the stray cat. Because why we get all the way down to Barbados and this looks exactly like the cat that is on our porch. And it came over by our table and all the people around us, they was feeding the cat, throwing the my husband got up and left. So now we have the empty photo. Show the next picture, Grace, of Dennis missing at the table. Because I said, ma'am, can I get all my stuff to go? I need my dessert, everything. He was like, ain't this a bitch? We came all the way down here and hit the damn cat. Look, just so we do it live. Because I do this dance on the show. I don't know if you've seen it called the Stray Cat Scat. Where I'm like, get your ass. I was about to do that in the restaurant. And I was like, I can't do that in front of all these people at this restaurant. And the cabs were running off, 2 of them, all up under my seat. And then it was like, you ain't gonna do this. You ain't gonna do it. He's like, I'm leaving. So he stood outside. Okay. Like 20 minutes while they boxed up. And all the other, this one man was holding his bread. Eating the bread and then rubbing the cat. And then eating I said, I got to go. Because he touching the bread with the hand and then rubbing the
Nasty.
That was our all the way to Barbados. 3,000 miles away, and the cat followed us.
Oh my God!
Shout out!
And I'm not a cat person; I'm a dog person. But so I'm not sure how you function between the two cat lovers.
We got grates on the chairs that when they sit on it, it's like spiky things all up under the furniture, so they don't sit on it. And I like this stuff. I got stuff everywhere. Orange peels. Sprinkled all out there, mothballs crushed up. I ground them up in my coffee grounder.
Oh, okay.
The mothballs and sprinkled. But see, we've been gone a week, so a lot of that stuff is like, it's all, and it rained. So it's like, now I got to get back to it because it's cat hair all on our porch.
And freshen up. Yeah. And DIY.
Exactly. So every week I probably got some kind of crazy cat tip that I'm trying to do to keep cats off my porch. I got some frame. You best believe I'm putting up 2 blockers. I'm building this wall thing so our railing, because they go between the railing. I'm not having that no more. And I'm going to get that cat zapper thing that makes that loud noise. I have one in the yard, but I'm putting it on my porch. So when they come up on it, they hear that, get on my porch. Exactly.
Yeah.
And ain't no running between here getting no food. Ain't nothing over here for you.
Right. Exactly. Not in my house either. I'm with you.
Quick shout out to Sharita, who's waiting for me to give her private tutorial on the glue gun. She's my Picasso that won my extra glue gun. She's been collecting all of her what I'm actually showing her how to do, she wants to make these for people for Christmas. It's a propagator made from this is a ginger ale bottle. So if you look at it, this is a candle lid and popsicle sticks and clothespins. And then I just cut the top part off the ginger ale bottle and you turn the lid upside down and glue it on the wheel.
Wow.
So she wants to make. So I have to get on that quickly. I just got back. I don't want her to think that I forgot about her. I'm going to have to schedule an appointment. She gets a private tutorial.
So B, can you help the craft challenged?
I'm always helping the craft. These are between organizational projects and craft projects. These are the things that we do. So this was made out of a blueberry tray and skewers. And to keep because when you keep all of these restaurant packs all in the bowl, they start getting sticky.
Right.
So we made these on the show. I took my hole puncher and a glue gun and just snapped the sticks off the ends of them, the pointy part, with scissors. And then I glued, this was like a Caesar salad dressing container. And this was all the salt and pepper packs. And I just glued it on in there. So this keeps everything separate. And I keep it right in the refrigerator. But these are like the frugal things that we do on the show. And people are always saving up plastics and the things that they would normally throw away so that we can organize. And then next week I'm featuring like projects that we've made and things that have been broken, because a lot of this stuff we make up. I make this stuff up like on the spot.
Right.
So this was a 3-tiered shelf that I made out of a box that iPhone earplugs or something came in and a hanger. So this was the hanger part. If you see the hanger on the side, we made this is.
Oh, cool.
And then the front are knives, and I just snapped off the plastic knife. So this came off the shelf. So it normally sits, and I used to keep cotton balls and like tips and stuff like that in this little box in my bathroom here in the basement.
Got it.
But then it got heavy, and I was keeping fingernail polishes in here also. So we
That's a really great catch-all for any number of things in your bathroom.
Yeah, so we made them out of tin cans and boxes. So the ones I have in tin cans, I put plants in them and tea light candles. But you have to show how to fix these little things. But these are like beads that fell off my husband's bracelet. I'm saving everything. So that's what we do. We save everything. So those are some of the little things. And when I have my brief and bake Zoom meetings where I pick day oneers and we all meet privately, we go over ideas and different things for the show. And people are like, oh, you should do more organized. So I show people how to fold sheets and how to organize and keep your sheets. And people don't know how to fold that fitted sheet.
Right, so right. Yeah, when you put it inside and then
So I like to do things like that, and I showed them how to kind of just take ribbon and rope and wrap them up in your sets. I keep everything in a set because when people be like, "Where's the pillowcase? Where's the?" And then you got
right.
And I keep dryer sheets in between each one just to keep them fresh.
Keep fresh.
Yeah. So I just kind of say everything. Show people how to just organize and like I said, we flip the things that you have. So
do you remember the first time you did a craft project? Because I always think about, what I miss is like being in school where you would make the popsicle stick things and containers and things like that. Do you remember your first craft project? And was it at home or was it in a class?
Well, you know what? I remember when I first won something.
Oh, okay.
In the 4th grade, and it's still hanging in my elementary school. I made a flag type of thing out of felt, and it was like the world, and it had it was like a project, but we had to design. I was always crafty, but I remember that being the first thing I won something, and it just said a world of smiles, and it had like a man. It was like the world with a smile on it, and he had little glasses and like a little hat on the side and a bow tie, and they always, and it was just a big globe. But I made it out of felt, it was really cute. Yeah, it was like 1979, and it still hangs. And I won like 500 raffle tickets to our indoor raffle, the cakewalk, all that stuff. But every year someone would design one. They would hang it up in like the foyer area.
Sure.
So I won the one for 1979.
Wow, that is awesome.
That always inspired me to do crafty things. And my mom is very crafty. And like I was telling people on the show before, we always lived somewhere that we had to fix up.
Mm-hmm.
So she always showed us how to fix things up, and we would work with her and do it. And it was fun because she always made it fun with the music and learning how to wallpaper and just make a house, even if it wasn't your spot, a home. Yeah, even if it was red, fix this up. So I've learned that. That's one thing I get from my mom. I've learned that from her. Just learning how to work with what you have.
That I really could I commend you and your mom for that, because my mom left me a phone and a phone book and said, look it up and call somebody to make it happen.
Oh no, we were always. I even know how to buff floors, and they use that machine.
Oh yeah.
We had to do all of that. My mother made.
But the fact that you can handle a glue gun and I see, I've done work with Habitat for Humanity, so I have a lot of respect for people that do things like that. But I'm also a klutz, so they don't like me around heavy machinery and things like that. So I have much respect for you who do that.
I do my best work with a saw when I'm smoking.
Come on. You cut tile like with the water draining and all of that.
All of that. I got shirts. Awesome. We got T-shirts that say "Smokest." It says "Focus plus smoking," and we sell them on the show. Because every time I go out and do my frugal flips, like I travel the country doing frugal flips, I'll flip a person's space. Like I flipped this whole basement and made it my ladies' lair, and I only spent $600. But it took me like 8 months to do it because I really had to be crafty in how I put everything together. So what I'll do, like my last flip in Orlando in October, we flipped 32 things in the condo space. And we flipped, and I go down the list and tell people what I'm doing and how we're flipping. Like we don't have to really spend any money because my goal is to not spend more than like $200. And I come in and make your shit look amazing. Wow. But I'm always working with a saw, something, but I be smoking like crazy. And people be like,
does that calm your nerves?
Exactly. And it makes me focus exactly on what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm like scatterbrained all over the place. Yeah. So people be like, how's she smoking and working that saw and doing it? Like, don't worry about what I'm doing. Just don't do as I do.
Right. Do as I say, because I know what I'm talking about.
Safety gloves. And glasses and all that stuff.
You don't wear goggles either?
Oh. I be having on my reading glasses so I can see shit. Goggles don't have no vision in them. I can't see, so I have my reading glasses on, and I get to work. But I've always been like that shit. I tell people I've been smoking since '82, when I was in the top of my class and all of that. Only because I was always focused. Yeah, but that's what kept me focused.
Yeah,
I tell people
a cup of coffee won't do that for you.
But that's it. I'm a coffee person. I drink coffee all the time. Too much, but coffee. That's how I start my day. And see, that's it. I won't eat. I would just be drinking coffee, smoking, and working. Coffee, smoking, and working. Then I'll go cook something for my husband. I won't even eat. And then I'll come back down here and I'm like, oh shit, it's 3:00. I should eat.
Right.
But it's funny because on the trip, everybody kept saying, when you going to eat? There's 20 restaurants here. And I'll tell you, like the first 3 days I was there, I only had 2 meals.
That's not good.
But I was drunk every day. I was drinking. I wasn't thinking about eating. I'm not one of the people that just eat to be eating. I was like, I ain't come here to eat. I'm coming here to kick it. But I had to drink every day, all day, and plenty of smoke. So, what's
your beverage of choice? What's your beverage, your adult beverage of choice?
Syrah and Beaujolais. Those are my favorite wines. But then Christmas is coming up, so I'm ready to get me a nice Beaujolais. But yes, I'm a wine person. But when I was there, I was drinking everything. I don't even know what I was drinking.
Were you drinking the fancy with the umbrellas and all that kind of stuff coming out?
I saw other people drinking stuff. I was like, what is that blue drink? I was like, make me one of them. I was like, what is that with the pineapple? Give me that. Yes.
All this on an empty stomach.
On an empty stomach. and running around doing everything. And then I would like grab a little something, but when everybody left, we stayed a couple because we came in a day early and we left a day late. I really enjoyed myself and enjoyed the restaurant. So all the restaurants that I'm going to show, places that we ate at, was all in one day. Everything else, I was just busy making it happen.
Right.
So let me finish with my quick shout out. I mean, my Cash App people, because it's a running thing on this show of who can Cash App me first. It's so hilarious. And now it's 9 people in it. I can't believe it's 9 people.
That's a good group.
It is a good group. So that's a shout out to Brenda, Miguel, Phyllis, Verna, Cheryl, Monica, Michelle Baker jumped in. Natalie Milligan is new, and so is Laura H. Now, the funny thing is, they still can't beat Miguel because he Cash Apps me every day. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So now I'm getting this. Yeah, because who hit me with the I'm Cash Apping you all the way to January 3rd. This
Come
is
on.
Yes, Laura H. talking about this is she's talking about this is to the year end. Natalie Milligan hit me up talking about I'm Cash Apping you for every Tuesday up until January 3rd. They trying to beat me here. Yes. And then Verna hit me last Saturday talking about I'm really not in the competition. This is just for the loves. She's saying that because Miguel said that. But he's still number one. He's been doing this since day one. So he doing it. He's like, I ain't in the competition. But I think it's so funny. Now everybody's like, here. And then they put the dates in there. This for December 6th, December 13th, December 2nd, all the way up. So shout out to my
great group.
Shout out to my Cash App Picasso battle. It is hilarious to me.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
I think it's hilarious. And
I
gotta
think
give
it's lovely.
Yeah, I love it. Sherri Shepherd started. It was to raise money for me to get a computer so I can be up to date. I've been had the computer and I done had this computer for almost a year now. They just kept it going because they just love this show. Everybody wants to see this show continue, so they know it's a little good. And I love that my fans support the show. I support my fans. We go back and forth, so that's why
it's a great give and take. Right. Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's so lovely.
They know my Cash App report is coming up, the year-end Cash App. So I have to do that, and that's going to be probably right before Christmas. And I do that where all the money goes and what we spend it on to see everything that comes in. So I love doing that. And they tell me all the time, I'm the only influencer that, is transparent like that and lets people see. Because I do it quarterly. They can see, because they pay for this show and everything that they send for like the flips, for me to fly out. I want people to see where their money is going.
Sure.
When they be like, here's $25 for some weed, I'd be like, $225 came in for weed, and that is what it's for. Everything be in the category.
Okay.
For my back teeth, because people send money for me to get back teeth and hauls and all kind of shit. And I keep it in the category. I don't try to cross, just like when you're doing an annual report, you can't be.
Yeah.
Fiscal
but
year
you have to have a very clear mind, and you have to be very dedicated to putting everything in its place.
And that's how I try to keep it, because I wouldn't have this show if it wasn't for the people. So.
And you keep it 100 too.
Yep. Thank you. 101.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Quick shout out to Ms. Verna. She cashed at me because she did a nice digital design. I actually got a chance to look at it when I was in Barbados, but I didn't get a chance to post it. So I'm going to post it next week. And I do want everybody to know we will be having our Picasso sweatshirts. It is cold. Aww. Yes, they will be coming out because we've been getting the T-shirts like crazy. Everybody's been buying the flash rags and the aprons. So we will be getting these sweatshirts, and Brandon's shirt, Lord have mercy, is coming out next Tuesday. That's my 5th winner, the last design. And remember, if you go on buyjack.com and you put in BPH10, you get 10% off of 3 items that you purchase all the way to the end of the year. I'm running that special to the end of the year. And other than that, let me show my flash rag. I just got one to show. My flash rag ambassador, Mark Merriweather. Go ahead. he stay out and about with the
That's St.
rag.
Louis in the house there, Chris.
Yeah, he is from the Lou. So shout out
Wearing
to
the
Mark.
blues jacket, the shirt, and all that kind of stuff. The hat, yeah, nice.
And these are limited.
He's more a citizen of the world now.
Oh, is that right?
And even though I got makeup on mine, these were our signature collection swag rags.
Oh yeah.
That we had in Barbados. Everybody had this in their swag.
You gotta have that, yeah.
Yeah. So I might even sell white ones on the site. I haven't decided yet. I might do 3 in the pack, but I don't know yet. We'll see. Right now we're sticking with what we have, but I do like the black and white. Let me go ahead and read Maya's card before I jump into my DYK.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to our guiding light guru, Maya Bean. And today's card is Blaine. And it says, kindness is magic. Performing kind acts for others has a positive impact on your well-being. It is also the key to happiness and longevity. Their reaction to your kindness is priceless. And that is so true.
Wow.
I experienced a lot of kindness in Barbados. I have a lot of funny stories that I'm going to tell in my frugal flip. So in honor of women today, since it's Grace in the background and you and comedians, I'm featuring a black first, which is Mom's Mabley today.
Oh, awesome.
Yes. And that's, I have to give that to shout out to Picasso Alicia Douglas. She sent the information in regarding Mom's Mabley. So if Grace wants to throw her picture up, I'm going to go ahead and read some quick information I found out about one of my heroes, her real name is Loretta Mary Akins, but we know her as Jackie Mom's Mabley. The second name, was Mom's Mabley, whose real name was Loretta Mary Akins. She was the first successful black female stand-up comedian and had a career that spanned more than 50 years. Mom's bridged the gap between vaudeville and modern stand-up comedy. She was also the first Black woman and female comic to play in the Apollo Theater and Carnegie Hall in 1962. She was born in 1894, passed away in 1995, and she was from Brevard, North Carolina. So shout out to my hero, Jackie Mom's Mabley. And that's a long career. She passed away at 81 years old. Yes. So Thank you, Picasso Alicia Douglas, for submitting that information for me to read for the DYK. I definitely appreciate that. So I'm going to.
Do you watch a show? I'm a big fan of a show called The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. It's on Amazon Prime. And
you know what? I'm watching it now because I'm on the SAG-AFTRA nominating committee, and I have to watch all this stuff before January 9th. You know, and get all this stuff done. So I actually just started watching some of the clips. That gave me stuff to do on the plane.
Right.
On
yeah.
Do you like it? I like it. I do like it. I have to watch because I have to watch like 2 to 3 minute clips to vote. But so far, I like it.
You submit the clips and then you judge those. Yeah.
So I could watch
one of the seasons. I think it was the last season, as a matter of fact. They had Mrs. Maisel was performing at the Apollo Theater, and this is crazy, but Mom's Mabley was on the bill, and Wanda Sykes played Mom's Mabley. Yeah.
It's really because I hit up her people like 3, maybe 4 weeks ago because they're trying to get her on the Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, sure.
For next year. So the guy been going back and forth. He's all like, send Wanda this, send Wanda. So he just hit me back saying that she couldn't do it when he wanted her this year because she was taping that. And now he wanted her for next year, and she can't do it because something else. Yeah. I tried, and it's funny because I was reading that text in Barbados. He's like, I'm trying my dad. He's like, do you think you can send her? And I'm like, people need to pay me. So all of this I do in the
booking
middle.
and stuff.
Right. They're trying to bypass agents.
People get paid for doing this.
I know. I'm so nice. They're like, oh, B, no, Wanda. So I'll just hit up, and she's all like, tell them to call. I was like, Wanda, they want you. I text her. I was like, they want you this year. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, so and so. I don't like people putting people information out. So then they were like, oh, we sent them, and they said she's doing. I can't. If she's doing something, y'all not gonna pay her to not.
Right.
To
work. Yeah.
So speaking of pay, let me go and give a shout out to Mark and Miguel and Antonia and Ruth and Kathy and Cheryl and Michelle Baker and Jamie, and all of them have Cash at me. And I love my Picassos, and I normally would jump up and do the Jane Tubman.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
No, not tonight. Or I would do the Scat Cat, or I would do something crazy. But I love my fans because I need my knee. So I'm letting y'all know how I go with my knee. So
B while you're at it, let's hear from the live chat. First of all, the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, by the way, this shows how well that show is written. I'm an idiot, and I watched the entire second season. Sybil, you're here for me. The entire second season of that show. You know how like Amazon will be like, you would like whatever show.
Yeah.
So I just let it play. Somehow it goes to season 2. I watch all of season 2 without realizing it was season 2. And I kept thinking, wow, they keep kind of calling back to things, but it's so well written, it's not even bothering me. And then I finish all of season 2. I'm like, this show is awesome. And then it says, would you like to watch season 1 at the end of it? So there you go. Kudos to the writers.
Look at this. This is what I got to do. You see this? When I went and picked up my mail, I had to hold my mail. This is all from SAG.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was from your listeners.
No, it's like all this stuff, SAG after, just prime stuff I got to open Actors Guild and look at. And just look at all this. The English. I don't even know what this is. Something from scratch. The Dahmer series.
Oh, no, not the Dahmer series.
Yes, I have to vote on all this stuff. So I've been watching the mini clips and looking in. And I have to go to like 2 live events in New York between now and January 8th. Because they kept sending me a thing talking about you haven't attended any live events.
Oh, and is that a part of the assignment? You have to attend
live events as well? As to meet all the directors. It's always like or the actors or the people that are in. And they have a reception. And they're always in New York. They said they were going to have a few in Philly, but I've been so busy. But I have to go because this is like my 3rd year on the committee. I don't want to get kicked off.
Right.
So, and then when I get done, all I'll be doing is back pockets and all that up and send it to my mama. She'd be like, she loves it. She also be watching DVDs. Yeah. I can't watch them. What am I watching them on? Right. So that's why I just watched.
So that was my question. They're sending you CDs, right? They're sending you
DVDs. It's all DVDs. And then some of them have a code on them. But that's why I go in and watch them. Because once I watch them, then it's like I've been in. So then I can send them to my mama. And then she just be watching them. She loves it. I just box them all up. So yeah. But
so do you go to the movies or do you watch a lot of television or as a result of having to do all this?
I don't watch. I watch the news. I'm a big political person. I just came off the Get Out and Vote tour. So we hit it. I'm a political person. I watch stuff because my husband, that's like he'll find something and we'll sit down and watch. But other than that, I don't have like stuff like my go-to show. My go-to show is Tighten Up Tuesdays.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yes. Sybil, she'll never not be a self-promoter.
I'm not mad at that, Chris.
No, it's good. You have to appreciate it. Do you want to hear from some of this live chat?
I would like to before we jump into the fruit flip and Daphne's campaign. Yes.
Don't flip just yet. And for those of you waiting, my hair is still waiting to be flipped. Don't worry.
All right. That sounds like a personal thing to me, but all right.
I don't know what Chris letting his hair grow out. I told him last week he looked like his mama because he had a flip. He looked like Farrah Fawcett.
Did he do action there?
That's right.
Picture of his mama with the flash rag, and me me and Key was like, yeah, you look just like Joni. I was like, Chris, you look like your mom. You got the bang in the front. What are you gonna do with this hair? So we're waiting to see.
Yeah. In the meantime, we've got Picasso's going off. Joy says that they want to invest in you. If you would go public, B, they want to invest in your show publicly. So that's a big step. I'm being accused of raiding my mom's fridge. Right. Heaven Sent wants my hair braided. Quincy Charles is dying at the Farrah connection. Obviously, MM is cutting up as usual. There was one. Let me find this real quick. Daphne's in the comments. Hey, Daphne. Baby Ruth Candy 85 saying hey. Loretta Piper saying hey. Someone Stargazer 617. Hey, Sybil. It's so nice to see you twice in one evening. Aren't we all lucky to see Sybil even once? Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Amen to that.
I appreciate that.
Feel free to flip it.
And while we have a chance, B, I would love for you to come on and sit in with us on our live show. We're Monday through Thursday, and it's 7:00 your time. So we'd love to have you come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Between
you, Karen Hunter, I love being on her show. I love talking politics and just like worldly thing. I always get my perspective. I try to bring it to the layman.
Exactly. So you break it down. Break it down.
Yes.
Okay.
All the way down to the EBT. Why you need to vote for your EBT card.
I love that.
How you doing? Bringing it down.
Okay.
You may not know, but we're raising money for my assistant. She lives in Dallas to do her flip.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a great campaign. And we're raising $2,500, which will fly me, the cameraman from Orlando, pay for our hotel, pay for her flip, his fees, my fee, all of that. We going in to do that.
Okay.
We have people already volunteered. We'll just get people that volunteer that live there. They say, if Daphne needs help, I'm coming. And then Joy and Angel, they're already making things for her flip. Like candle. They were in Tampa. They're making like candle holders. I'll show you what they made me. Half the stuff in this office is made by these Picassos. I can guarantee you that.
They love that.
Me and Seth and my husband for his office. They're tea light candle. Aren't they nice?
Beautiful.
So they're doing these kind of things for Daphne because they already like, what are the colors going to be?
Right.
So I love that Picassos from all over are always contributing. Even for like food, people start sending money. Like, here's money for the crew for food. Here's money if you need to buy paint. Here's money for water. And then we even have people that are in those cities that donate from their restaurants. Mm-hmm. And they'll be like, oh, we'll give you half off, or oh, come here, eat for free. And then we have people that donate their time, came in and actually cooked for us twice.
Oh, nice.
So I love that. That happened here in Philly and in Orlando. Two different chefs. I was like, that's what's up. So people love the flip. That's why they call me the flipper for the folks.
Okay.
We try to do everything on the budget and we just bring it together as a collective. And what I really love about flips is the fact that everybody in my comments, they're a family. Mm-hmm. And they contribute. And they'll be like, oh, I'm in that city. I would love to volunteer. And the fact that we don't even know each other. But everyone opens up their home. We ain't had no drama. And we just have people you don't even know in your house helping you to bring your vision and all the things that I've been drawing. So that's the part that I really love.
So, whole house? Are you doing a specific room? Okay.
Just one room and that's why I make everybody that live there help. So y'all know how to do the next room on your own. No, going to no spa, come back and be surprised. Hell no. I don't want to. What if a roach jump out on me? Or y'all be like, oh, somebody draws is over there. Can y'all get these draws? People that live there, they need to help out with all that. Right. And I love it because people have said to me, like best friends, they be like, oh no, don't throw that away. She really likes that. Or they'll scale because they know that person. They might get in the way. They'll be like, oh, I'm gonna work with them over here and help them scale that down. Y'all do that. So that's the thing that I like about them working on their own projects because then they start to realize where they can scale down and how they can use the things that they already have and just make something out of it.
Nice.
And you can do it in another room. And it's, even though you may not have my vision, because I'm drawing it out and I'm showing you things you may have never done, but it might be one or two things that you learn from that you do in another room. And be like, oh, because we tore up a comforter and taped it up, because they like, we need pillow, and stuffed it right in them things and made pillows.
There was it. Yeah.
Yeah, like, why you gonna go buy and you got an old comforter you gonna throw away, or we gonna cut this up and
you're rehabbing it and helping the environment too. Yeah.
Upcycling, recycling, whatever you want to call it. That's what I love about a frugal flip. Because it's like, think about what you have first before you start throwing stuff away, what it is that you want, and I'll help you with the vision. You might not see it, but I do. So that's where I come in with that. I'm like, girl, we got that. Because when we took them wheels off them hair dryers, because she had 2 broke hair dryers, and put them on the wheel for her to have a desk chair to roll around. I was like, girl, don't be. We'd say that. I was like, I can look at anything like, oh, no, I'm going to break that down. Extension rods, use other rods to make longer rods. It's like, we ain't buying nothing. You don't have to. So that's where I like to start. That's why I have, it's funny because the one I'm going to do in Florida, and I'm setting it for late January, February, the lady,
good timing.
You know it. She sent me at least 60 photos of all the stuff that I can use in her house to flip. I was looking at them on the plane, and I was like, oh, she got a lot of stuff that I can do things. And see, that's what it is. You have to be willing to give up something to get something. People to be like, when I come in there, I'm like, what you gonna do with that couch? They be like, oh, that's my favorite couch. And it be fucked up, but that's my favorite couch. I'm like, I'm gonna take the pillows off. I could take my favorite couch out here outside in the back. I was gonna take the pillows and do. Oh no, that's my favorite. But then when I start explaining to people then they'll be like, oh yeah, you could use that.
Okay.
So that's where I like to come through, see the stuff before, and then I come in a day early to do the walkthrough. Separate it out and be like, okay, I'm going to use this, I'm going to use that, and have the stations ready so that when people get there for Friday and Saturday to work, Saturday and Sunday to work, that's all.
Out.
Yes. But that's what I love. It's so funny. That's why I love having them tape, because people be like, oh, no, I didn't know you needed to cut up that. Well, you said you wanted
You told me.
I need this table to cut up the wood. Okay. I thought you only got $100, and you see how we was gonna go buy a new table or a new. No, we're here to flip the things you have. So
right. Oh wow, that's exciting.
That's why when my cousin called me, and she was like, Diane, I know you don't want to plan no more trips, but she wanted to have this. You know how people want to do those immaculate fabric, like when they show you the $1,000 version, and then you want the $100 version.
Right. Right.
She was like, I know you can make it happen, because this is all I got. And it took 2 years. Because first of all, it took when they gave me the contract in November 2019, we didn't sign it until January 2020. Because I was going through it with a fine tooth. I was like, oh no. I negotiated so much stuff that we got so much out of this trip at Sandals, Barbados, and it only cost $1,300 a person. So they was like, we sick of her. But
okay. Just give her just
discount. I was like, what about AARP discount? What about I was trying to get all the discounts, but I made it happen. And they try to upsell you on everything. So everything that costs I was like, we don't need that. And I just maneuvered with our group size and the bells and whistles that they were giving us in terms of changing events into certain things, so we didn't have to pay for them.
Sure.
So I was like, oh no, we turned that into this. I was like, girl, they giving us that on that. We gonna make that a party. And so that was the good thing. And then like the flower arrangements, all that stuff, I made all that stuff here. I designed the menus, I designed the brochures, everything that went in the bags. It's been a process, but I was like, we're not buying them flowers, we're not buying nothing.
Okay.
I made the corsages that the women wore on their wrists. So I showed all that stuff, the welcome boards. So I'm going to show a few things I brought it. Even the signs that go in the back of the chairs for the groom and bride.
Yeah.
All that boxed it up. Look, I had my list going through customs because they was about to cut it. I said, wait a minute. So I cut the box open. I was like, y'all give me my list I had to take through customs.
Wow.
On the back.
Okay.
Of everything that was in the 2 boxes, I was like 40 white bags, 40 brochures, 40 drink straws, 120 hand sanitation. I was like 9 military photos, 18 retie pictures, 40 menus. They was like, what is all this? I was like, it's for the wedding. Because they wanted to charge us for all of that.
Yeah.
And when they started talking about the picture packages, they gave us 1 complimentary photo. And then they had to come look at the photos, right? 3 5x7s was $400.
Jesus, what a racket!
I did the photos. My husband DJ did all the wedding playlists. I even helped with some of the plays. I was like, we did it all.
Right.
Like we didn't.
Oh my God.
We're not paying for all that stuff that they trying to charge. So with that being said, I'm going to show you how we flipped it and kicked it down in Barbados.
Okay.
So I designed the birthday shirts for the people that turned 50 because it was a 3-part event. The bride and groom turned 50. They retired from the military together, and they've been married 25 years.
Oh. Nice.
So we had they shirts, little T-shirts, they swag since 72. That's how that set it off. And then when we got there, because I was there a day early, the next photo showed how we had the welcome board that I made. You see my board? I brought my own stand. It was collapsible because they wanted to charge us $50 for an easel. I was like, girl, I got a collapsible one. You just click, and I put a rubber band on it and put it in the box.
Right.
Right on the thing. 2 easels. That one, and then I spray painted the one I have here that I paint on. I took it down there for our signature drink board and brought it right back in my suitcase. I was like, ain't nobody paying for that. I was like, girl, I got
great.
So that's people checking in and getting their swag bags. And that's us doing the cake testing and making sure which cake we were going to select. And
you didn't make the cake and then put it in a hat box or something? And
they wouldn't let us do it because I sure would have. Because we was trying to bring M&M's, signature M&M's with their picture on them.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do it. I was going to order them in black and white for the takeaway boxes.
Sure.
We were trying to do it all, believe me. I know somebody down there was going to make a cake. But no. Certain things we did have to get. But we had them tint her signature drink blue because that was their accent color. So we were there handling business the day early before people got there. That's my Aunt Naomi. That's her mom.
Oh.
And then the rest of the time, I was just working the event. So that's me talking to the lady. Yes, making sure our part. We were having a welcome karaoke night. And everybody attended. I was just making sure everything was straight. It was a rum bar. We had games. It was just fun. We kicked it for 3 hours. So this is what me and my sister were doing.
Oh.
What's the next? Look.
Oh, I love that. Go ahead. She whips her hair back and forth. That is great.
Was rocking out the Billy Idol. Everybody kept saying, "Is that her or is that the song?" Karaoke is me, damn it. So we were having a great time. And then the next photo, we had a family stroll. This is at his retirement party. Look, let it play for a second. Oh, we were strolling around because his name is Whit.
Perfect. So you did the playlist as well.
My husband did all the playlists.
Your husband, the DJ. Okay.
Yes, he did all the playlists. And then we did the signatures. That's my husband. This is before the wedding because he was going to work the playlist and I was doing the photography. And the sandals people was mad at me. Every time they took, I was right behind them mimicking. You see, I'm out there ready.
Okay.
We went back on them sandals pictures. They got an attitude. That's why my knee was hurting, because I was all
That's
over.
it wasn't just one moment in the sand. It was the collective weekend that brought
collective weekend, and I was doing the splits at the bowling alley.
Okay, then there's that. Yeah.
And then there's that. But the next photo, I'm just showing you how I was working. You see me down there? I was getting all the shots.
Yeah. All this is why she's not dancing tonight, Sybil.
Exactly.
That's why I hurt my knee right there, because my knee went down into like a sand dune or whatever. It was a mess. It was like a hole and I didn't see it. But you see me in the background. And you see our little chair sign that I made. It says Naomi on the back.
Mm-hmm.
On each side of the aisle were the mother, like two of those.
Right.
For the moms. I was like, I'm bringing all that, because they was like, we can do it. I was like, oh, they trying to charge us an arm and leg. I was like, I can do it.
Wow. Are you putting together a book of all this? Because you really should.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see the two sandal dudes on the side in the tan pants, right?
With their cameras.
Because my cousin, and you see her corsage on her arm, right?
That's
she kept saying that. She talking about Diane. That's my middle name. Get in the pictures. You ain't been in none of the pictures. Get in the picture and let the sandals people take. I said, girl, I ain't thinking about them. And they left. I said, Alfie,
like, there's nothing for us to do here.
I said, girl, I'm getting these shots because we're not paying for them sandals pictures. I don't even know why you're going to go look at them. I said, I got these. And she kept talking about, well, at least let them take one picture of you. Because it's funny, I'm only in one picture. And that's the group shot. And we let them take that. But other than that, I got all
You didn't do one picture with your cousin?
No, I did all the photos, like her and her husband, the moms, the kids, all of that.
There's this new thing called a selfie.
I didn't have my phone on. I had that big camera.
You had the gigantic,
and I had no shoes on. I was out there in the sand. Sand was all on my legs, everywhere, but I was doing what I had to do.
You were doing
so I was like, ain't nobody paying for them pictures.
Yeah.
So, and I already looked
at Bravo. That's a great job.
So I'm actually going to let my videographer that does all the frugal flip editing, I'm going to pay Shantae to put a whole collage together. And that's what we're sending out as a slideshow, as a thank you to all the people that attended.
That's lovely. That is so lovely.
Let me just show you something real quick before I go to your thing, because I want everybody to see your beautiful photos. That kindness.
Well, I feel like I ain't done nothing with cameras and photographs after watching you work. The way you put your but see, that's the beauty of you. You put yourself into everything. Everything comes out. You do it with love, and you do it with great creativity and energy, and it all comes back to you. That's just incredible.
Thank you. It's funny. A couple people said that when they were giving out the remarks, and the bride and groom, they thanked Dennis and I, and they kept saying how we do stuff and we put our passion and everything into it. But my husband was like, and just because at the military party, he was like, just y'all know she retired from events. It's her party too. He was like, it's her party too. Yeah, because he's like, it took 2 years from him. It really took a lot for me to bring all that together. Just most people have, like, as an event planner, if that's what I would do, I would hire people to do all that.
Sure.
A graphic designer, a planner, a design person, a flower, right? But I did all of that. I was like, girl, don't you worry about it. I was like, she said, well, you still got your good eye from high school? Because I was a photo editor. On the yearbook staff in high school. So, and I still have I always take photos. I have care, and that's a passion of my husband. And she's like, girl, you still got your good eye. I was like, girl, I'm bringing it. I'm bringing my good eye. We're not paying for this. We are not paying for this.
That's right.
It's funny because that card about kindness got me a long way there. We had a nice hookup for our edibles, all of that. My girl Roxanne came and took everybody I arranged for her to come with like shuttles to take people to the oyster and fish fry. So it's like I met a lot of people.
Did you go out and catch the fish, P? Did you go out and catch for the oyster?
Barracuda. And he took the teeth was looking. My husband and like all the guys, like the brothers and brother-in-laws, junior, seniors, they went out on a deep sea fishing trip on Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
And but I was running around working and doing stuff. But I
Well,
enjoyed myself. I told you all I did was walk around with a drink. We had drink bags in our. I kept my drink bag and straw filled up because it had like a carrying case on it. With one drink bag zipped up, sipping on my wine and whatever else they were fixing me when I would stop past something. But for the most part, coming there, it was funny because this old man came out the bathroom. You could tell he kind of peed all on himself because he's wet in front. So I went behind him. I went in the bathroom I throw the paper towels down on the floor and I do all that.
Right,
I gotta clean up before I go in the bathroom. I always take these with me. This is what I travel with. And I have these things here called these stall mates. And when you wipe stuff down, it leaves it smelling great, right? Nice. So the funny thing is, on the flight coming from Barbados back to Miami,
okay,
this man came out. You know, men, they're a little more. And when I opened the door, the attendant said, "Oh my God, it's a mess. I'm having." So she started putting her blue. I said, "Girl, don't worry about it. I got that." So when I'm in there, I'm wiping the mirror down. I got all my stuff. It's water everywhere, or whatever. The floor wet. I was in there at least 4 minutes cleaning up before I could just take a pee.
Right.
She's like, "Oh my God." They was like, "Do you need anything in your room? What you want?" I was like, "You need some." They hooked me up. They was like, "I can't believe you could." I said, "I can't stand water splash like everywhere. That's one of my pet peeves." I had my stall mates, and then she's like, "It smelled good in there." I said, and I don't want nobody to think, like when I leave a restroom, like something that small, I can't have nobody. And you know, everybody know my hair,
right?
Don't nothing else get posted, Sybil. Don't nobody know me. They'll be like, "Ooh, that lady with that hair, she was left the bathroom funky." And then everybody,
no.
That's B-Phlat. Then it'll go viral. See.
Hey, B, I know you're working on going viral. Sybil has a couple political radio hits she has to do. Do you think we could jump to her photos before she jumps off?
Yes, we can, because I have a thing to show her, and she's next up. You know, that's right after that Flat's feature. So I definitely want to show her photos. I don't want her to jump off yet.
No. We've got we got this political race thing, you know, in Georgia going on. So, but we're good.
Didn't they close? What time do the polls close?
7:00 your time, and it is so close. B, I'm telling you,
they are 10:00.
Right.
Oh,
they're still counting.
Oh Lord! See, I can't go.
And they're separated by about 8,000 votes right now.
They're not gonna have that. They can't do another runoff.
Well, they've got to get 50%.
50%.
Mm-hmm. That's why they're here, because they didn't get that before.
But that's what I'm saying. If they don't get it, what do you think they would have to do? Another runoff?
I think they would have to. It would be the only fair thing to do.
Yeah. Oh,
but the poor people in Georgia, they're in an election cycle after cycle after cycle.
Every year. I mean, every time we do any it's always Georgia or Florida.
Yep.
Always a thin line. Well, when we do our flat features, we put you on the screen. You'll be up on the screen. I jump off. We let you talk about your projects, your passion, and explain what we're looking at, and or where you took them, or I let you do your thing.
Okay.
That being said, here we have Flat's feature. Sybil Wilkes. Oh, y'all show some love out here to clapping.
So a couple of things that I absolutely love. I love to take pictures of flowers, and I love to take pictures of dogs and pictures of children. Dogs and children are a little bit more difficult. I just took this when I was in Cabo San Lucas for a friend's wedding, and just the spineliness of the flower just attracted me, and so I went a couple of different ways, and this is all on my iPhone. Because I do have the larger cameras like B, and that's a bird of paradise, and that was another one that was taken there in Cabo. Yeah.
Nice.
and B, I have a great Canon camera, that I have, but they're so heavy now, and
They
there's
are.
just so much to carry around. But this phone is taking me very. This was at a farmer's market, and I just saw the cactus, and it sprung these flowers, and it was like in May of this year, and got a chance to do some up close ones of those. And that's just another view of it. Yeah. A farmer's market here in Dallas, Texas. Yeah. Now, this is in my backyard. That's in my backyard. I send Mother's Day cards to the women in my life, and I usually do it, and I say a photo from my flower garden. And this was when I moved into my house. They had these were already growing, and it came out in April or May. And so I took a picture of that, and that was on the Mother's Day cards that I sent this year.
That's very creative.
Well, I just like to look. Oh, and this is my favorite. This is my god dog. This is Ramsey, and he's quite a fellow. His all of his personality are in his eyes, and I like to dog sit for him and his brother, who he doesn't really care for, Lawler. But we sit in Yolanda's peace and relaxation room, and we just he looks at me, I look at him, or he lays there, and I just love his face and the features, and love taking pictures of him.
The next one is my favorite. It's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really shows us. He looks like, oh, I would get up and say something, but I just have a good life, and y'all drive me crazy with all these photos.
Exactly. You got it. That's exactly what he would say. Yep. Life is good.
Like I ain't got nothing to do.
Right. And I'm too cool to move.
Yeah. I'm going to go on and go with the flow, but hurry up and get done.
Okay. Are you done yet? Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's funny. Because when I read the email that Yolanda sent Chris regarding if I wanted to show like a frugal way to frame some of the photos, I've been thinking about them since I saw them. And when I was in Barbados, it was cool how they had pictures framed in our rooms. They were like a photo inside of a canvas with the wood on the outside. So It's funny because I came home and made one because one of my Picassos, Miguel, he sent me the Jane Pittman photo. He's like, oh, find a cool way to frame it. So I'm going to show you what I came home and did right quick.
Oh, I love this.
And I cut it out today. I had a white frame. And I drew on the back. I just kind of put some pencil markings. You may or may not see, but you see how I cut this out? So then what I did was put my picture in it. Because I'm going to... oops, let me just do it the right way. The thing about it with the canvas, you can kind of slide the picture in and out because you can lift it up and force it, to slide it in between the wood and the material. So I'm just going to put this in here. So what I'm going to do is, you'll see it next week. So this is going to be my picture frame for on the canvas, but I'm going to paint the mat on it.
Oh, nice.
In different colors. So I'm going to take off and paint the mat, and then I'm going to put a wood picture frame like around this, pieces of scrap wood that I know I have.
That's going to be beautiful. That's
and this,
gonna be beautiful.
I got this at I think it was like Michael's. They were in a pack. I know they were like a pack of 6 for maybe like $8. And then I've ordered some from Amazon because I love to do my own pictures. So I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm definitely doing that. But this is a different tape. This is a really cheap tape. All I did was cut it out on this piece of plastic cutting board that I use. Just drew the square on the back. But once I figure out how I want to frame it within here, I'm definitely going to show next week that it'll be a nice matte color painted around this.
Nice.
So I wanted to take your yellow photo because Yolanda did offer that suggestion in the email to take one of your photos and frame it. So the yellow photo, if you don't mind if I print it out and do a frame for it.
Absolutely. That would be lovely. I would be honored.
Well, thank you very much. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be working on this. So Miguel, as you can see, I got a frame for your photo.
All right, Miguel.
B,
That is beautiful.
Yes.
Sybil has been amazing, but I just got word that she has to go. There's a tie, and she's needed for commentary. So,
and I totally get it. And you have to do what you do. I appreciate. We wrap up in like 5 minutes, so I appreciate you staying this long, sharing your.
No, thank you so much for inviting me. I really have enjoyed this, and I am just amazed and in awe of your creativity. Just truly.
Thank you, Sybil, and you can best believe I'll be reaching out to you this week so I can set a date to get on your show.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, and I'm gonna glue to the television when I get out of here.
I know that's right. It's 50-50 right now for folks who are, it's crazy. It's crazy. B, you are a delight. And Chris, it's great to catch up with you again. Thank you so much. And to all the folks, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Everybody loved you in the comments, Sybil. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, darling. Bye, everybody. Be well.
Amen to that.
Sybil Wilkes. B, look, it's everything you ever imagined. It's you. It's just you.
What, Chris? You ain't jumping back on the screen for the Chris Deasy? For the Ask Chris Deasy Works and Works?
Grace may need to. Well, let's hear what you got. What's the how they hold them down?
So Chris, quick, because I know that I don't have no flyers to show. I'm leaving Friday to LA. I'm gonna run it really quick because I know Grace isn't feeling well, and neither am I. My throat is killing me from all the drinking. Yeah.
Well, this is consider it. Whether you just got back from all of the planning and the partying and everything or not, what a great show. And you're finishing up strong. Nothing bad at all. Grace is doing wonderful. I'm out here. I just fed the hamsters in the hamster wheel, so I've got another 7 minutes to use on the internet for the Rotary. Let's rock it out. Let's finish strong. I'm
glad your Wi-Fi is holding on. I mean, your internet. I'm glad it's holding on. I mean, you're hanging there with us. Well,
I'm on cell data. Go ahead.
See, normally when Grace would play the music for like the Ask Chris Deasy, I would jump up and dance. And she don't even have to play the music. I can just ask, only because I ain't jumping up to dance unless you want to hear your song, Chris. It's your song. Oh, I can shake it. Oh. I can shake a shoulder.
Little shoulder dance. Hey, we got a please in the request in the comments. Ms. Michelle says, please share with B that her favorite Christmas movie is on HBO Max. Ralphie has grown with children. A Christmas Story Christmas. So Ms. Michelle looking out for you.
It's a marathon. Oh, you saw me do the me dance.
There it is. What do we got? Wow, there it is. Flexible.
This one comes in from Carlotta Cook, a.k.a. Catwoman, my girl Cat Lotta. And it's so funny. Chris, she says, hope all is well. Got a couple of questions for you. First of all, can you please tell him that she loves drinks with the band? She just wants you to know.
That's really kind. Yeah. Hopefully that's I've done 3 seasons of that. We do that with Jack Daniels and their US brand ambassador. We're working on season 4, but it's going to be like docu-style, like a bigger deal. So thanks for the support.
And shout out to Jack Daniels for supporting you on that. I'm going to have to catch one of them. At least one of them.
There's 3 seasons of it. It was a live stream show during the pandemic. It was so cool. We had so many bands and artists on that couldn't get out and perform live. So it was cool. But now we just have to switch it up a little. It's tough to get bands to come on a live stream show when they're touring. So
that's true. Well, I'm going to catch one, but I ain't going to catch it before I can catch my own show. I got to promise myself before the end of the year to at least watch 2 full episodes instead of watching it in pieces.
I can come on screen, Grace, if you got it.
I don't like looking at me like that. I'd be like, let me move on. I got stuff to do. Here's your question, Chris. Do you pay your bills before the due date, on the due date, or during the grace period?
Hilarious. I guess it depends on what it is. Sometimes I get a little spiteful. If I feel their alerts are a little too pokey, I'll max out the grace period. And I've gotten a few. If you do the automatic pay, I once had an auto pay take out like a crazy amount of money, and it was this huge fight to like get it corrected. So I hate getting taken advantage of like that. But yeah, I'll dip into the grace period.
You dip into the grace period.
I will. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, wait, is there a fee? No. Okay. You don't need it yet.
It depends on what bill it is. I try to pay
Yeah.
it before the due date, but most shit I try to get it on the date. Or I'll be like, if it's late, I'll be like, let me call and make an arrangement during that grace period. There you have it. So
I'll
now
tell you what, you don't mess around with that electric bill.
That's why I'll be calling to get a grace period.
Hilarious.
We got 3 of them. So listen, this is funny. This is Irks and Works from your favorite girl, B Squared. Shout out to Beverly Vine. You want to know what she's irked by, Chris? I gotta read it. She says, here's my holiday irks and work, and it gets to her goat, meaning that obviously her goat is the last, straw. If you absolutely can't cook worth a damn, do not offer to host a holiday party. The work, offer your home for guests that need to spend the night instead. Thank you.
Hilarious.
Well, who gonna be the person to tell them that you can't cook worth a damn, and can next year you just let everybody sleep over here?
I'm not that person. I think you got to be appreciative, but I appreciate that. Do you want to do your DIY before we get out of here?
Chris. Oh, damn. I skipped right over it. It was my packing demo. No, I'm going to save it for next week. Yes. It was my Barbados packing. I guess I got that next week. Thrown off because I didn't want to miss doing Sybil's thing. So I totally forgot about that. But
by the way, check this out.
I'm trying to get back on track. Now my life is over with the what the fuck? The WTF celebration. It's like now I can get my life back on track now that I'm done with the celebration. So I just want everybody to forgive me for forgetting that segment. Chris, what are you doing? It looked like you're looking to see if you got like a razor bump shaving mark or something.
Check out this photo.
Oh yeah, okay. Get to the. I see where you're going. At first, I was a little confused. You and your dad.
You see. Yeah, that's me and my dad when I was like 6, I guess. My mom took that photo, and I'm just amazed. That's my favorite picture. So you guys are talking frames and everything.
Oh, Chris, at first I thought that was a horse.
It is.
That looked like a pony.
It's the angle.
Oh, okay.
Now look at it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a horse.
That's a huge horse. His name was King.
And all the hair on the top. I was about to say, you and your daddy wrong for riding on that little pony.
No, that was a big, huge horse. No ponies. It was just the angle. It
was the angle. That's such a nice photo. Does your mom do a lot of photography?
Absolutely not. She's the worst. She's the worst picture taker of all time, and it's a miracle that she got that photo with the camera technology back then, and then I love her to death, but she does not take good photos. Very bad ones, actually.
It's funny because I thought that Sybil used like a professional, like big lens, Canon or Nikon FE with the photos that I can't believe she did that on her phone.
Love it. That was very cool. It was a good idea too. I'm glad you got to showcase that. I'm looking forward to seeing the frame.
Well, let me read this how they hold him down, and then we're done, Chris.
Let's go. Tight.
Yes, I'm keeping it tight. And this came from Maxine Gail Rice. And it's so funny. She says, this is how they hold it down. And I call this one bottles to pennies. Hi, B. I grew up in Florida in the 60s. There were 8 of us in a small house and 1 bathroom. When the groceries ran out, we would walk down the streets and look everywhere for returnable bottles to cash in to buy milk and bread. I'm sure if you remember returning glass bottles for pennies, it was a different time. I remember that. Because I sent her a reply saying, yes, we used to go around and step on cans and collect everybody's cans and flatten them and step on them and throw them in the bag and take them down to, we would come out with like $5, $6. And that was so much money to me when I was in like 5th grade. What? We would buy all penny candy and we'd be having like 3 trash bags. We'd be all that shit down there with heavy, Chris, like 3 trash bags. They give like all that shit come up to like $5. We used to put it in
That's so much candy. I mean, you think about that, like in the late 40s, early 50s when you would have been buying that candy.
Oh, we used to have like a whole $5 worth of candy back then. You can get it. That's like a pillowcase full of candy. Penny candy. Oh, we used to rack up when we would turn them cans in, and stepping on them made them way more. And we used to think we were doing something. It really didn't make a difference. It just took up.
I want to make fun of you, but we did a similar thing in college because we were absolute morons. We read somewhere on the internet that if you took a jug of the aluminum beer tabs, if you took those to get recycled because they were like a special compacted type of metal, we filled up like 5 jugs after throwing parties and stuff with tabs, with the metal tabs. And someone, whoever took them, we thought we were coming back with $5,000. And whoever took them, he's like, yeah, so do you weigh this on like a special thing? And he's like, no, you just weigh it. So, we got the equivalent of like, what, 4 cans of soda? Morons. These are people, some of these people are very successful today. We all were just like, yeah, sound advice. Yeah, that's great.
After a while, we stopped collecting cans because it was like, damn.
It's too much work.
Yeah, it was too much work, but boy, we used to rack up. And then penny candy went up. But the price of cans didn't. So, well, that was our show for the evening, Chris. I totally enjoyed Sybil coming on and showing her. And I am definitely going to print her photo out because it's yellow. You know how I rocks with yellow.
Absolutely.
And figure out where I'm going to put it. Somewhere in my space. Always the other one. Yeah, I like the other one better. Because they got a little pink in it. I'm trying to stay, I'm my red and white. I'm trying to stay away from the pink.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't be having that all down. I got enough pink in my painting there. I do pay homage to my AKA sisters, but not much. So I can't be having a whole bunch of pink down here. So anyway, Chris, you enjoy standing on the roof so you can watch Mrs. Maisel. Hope you get a good connection.
Hilarious.
I'm going upstairs to watch the runoff. Kind of, see what the tab is.
Yeah,
winning by the hair of their chinny chin.
Did you see? We can get out of here. I don't want to be long. Did you see Roy Wood Jr. just repeat word for word the vampire thing that Herschel Walker said? Vampires and werewolves. He literally. So he made some speech, or was?
I just got back from Barbados.
No, this is like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I was about to say, no, I haven't heard it. I thought maybe it was recent, but.
Herschel Walker made some speech and he started talking about werewolves and vampires and just all this crazy stuff. Roy Wood Jr. went out at Caroline's or the Cellar or wherever he was, and he didn't say anything. He just started reciting what Herschel Walker said for 2 minutes. Everybody was dying laughing. And then Roy Wood Jr. is like, here's why Herschel Walker should just be a comedian, because I just mimicked every word he said. He didn't, no jokes, nothing. He just repeated what he said, and the crowd was laughing hard. So, oof.
Well, I'm scared to go up here and look at the television.
Well, maybe don't be.
I wake up and cry in the morning again, like I did in 2016. So,
well, you put on a great show tonight. You gave everybody what they looked for. The Picassos are very happy.
I just wanted to say I support the locals. I bought this necklace in Barbados. Isn't this nice?
Very nice. Everybody was commenting on how much they liked it.
Oh, I was like, I gotta rock this because it's so nice. So, and I rarely get stuff, but I like, I like having nothing like other people. But I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely supporting the locals. I was like, I'm buying this shit. It's cute. So, thank you, fans. Thank you, Picassos. Thank you, everybody, my family, the B-Pack, everybody. I will see you all next Tuesday. I'm going to LA, Chris. So I will be seeing Irina. We hanging out Friday.
Love it.
Early in the morning. Be back Sunday.
Keep rocking. We're back Tuesday. If you're in St. Louis, come to Central Stage Thursday night. We do comedy every Thursday. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Love you all. See you next Tuesday. Oh, it's in the shoulders. It's shoulders.